Hello there people, Snocrash here from Snocrash Constructions. I hope you had a good weekend. Firstly, I've got to say, wow, almost 3,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. It's awesome and I'm going to be putting out a special when we hit it. Next is the fact that I was probably being a little ambitious to try and release a groundbreaking Minecraft invention each week. Even though I do a pretty good job, I just don't think it's possible. Unless, of course, you're mumbo jumbo. Oh, and if any of you are over Mumbo's way, commenting or whatnot, why don't you tell him Snocrash says hi? Okay, moving on. Today, I'm going to help you build an iron farm. There's two basic ways of building an iron farm. You can build a simple one village farm, or a few of those spread out so they don't overlap, but they don't produce much iron and are fairly inconvenient. Alternatively, you can build a multi-village iron farm. This uses a fairly complex, overlapping technique to stack multiple villages into one spot. Great in theory, but in practice it's a nightmare. Worse still is if the chunks unload, all the villages will merge and the farm will go back to a single village farm with low output. There are some automated techniques for this, but from the ones I've looked at, they are seriously complicated. Now I need to mention Tango Tech and Daniel Coates. Both of these YouTubers laid down the groundwork for multi-village farms in the Minecraft community and deserve full credit. So what's so special about the farm I'm showing you today? Well, for starters, it's a 6-village farm producing around 400 ingots per hour. It will automatically stack the villages together, and in the event the farm stops working or the villages merge, it can be completely reset with a one-button push. It's been built all on a flat plane. In other words, it's all on one level. There's no building up into the sky or climbing or anything like that. And lastly, as per usual, I've tried to keep it as simple as possible. Anyhow, let's get on with it. Because this is a fairly big build, spread over a large area, I'm going to use a coordinate system for you to work out the position-dependent points. In my reference design, I've chosen a point which is 0, 0, and from that you'll be able to work out what coordinate it is in your world. To start with, there's 24 blocks which we need to mark out. Firstly, we mark out the 0, 0 point with a special marker. It looks the same as your F3 cursor, with the blue line to the south and the red line to the east, pink being 0, 0. This will help you get your orientation while watching the video. There'll be a link in the description to a full list of coordinates, a map, schematics and photos which will help you build this. Also, if at any time you're unsure about the position of something, go check the reference design in the world download. When we mark out these 24 blocks, you can't get them wrong. The farm won't work. So this is a fairly important point. It's a bit boring, but once you've done it, it'll make life a lot easier. You'll now have 24 points marked out in your build area, and we can start putting some doors down. Okay, so first we're going to come over and you'll see here there's a rectangular grid. We're going to place some doors in here in a grid shape. We're going from north to south and they need to be placed in this direction. Just like this. Alright, now after you've finished it's going to look like this. Now don't worry if they're open or closed, it doesn't matter. Next, we're going to go over to the other side and do exactly the same thing. Now I'm going from south to north, but they're still being oriented in the same direction. Alright, when you've finished this, you'll now have a second grid of doors like this. Okay, we're going to put down some more, so we're going to come over to the left-hand side here, put down a single door on this marker, turn around. We're going to run down here, another single door, Now we're going to put a 2 wide grid of doors here, like this, between these twin pink markers. Now when you're finished, it's going to look like this. Still got some more doors to do, so come over to this marker, put them down between the 2 pink blocks, like that. And now our last set of doors to go in. This one's different. It's going to be placed just in front of this pink block, like that. It's not actually on the pink block. We travel all the way down, place the last door on there. There's 4 extra doors that go at the end here, just next to them, like that. Alright. Fix those up. So now we're going to put a roof on all these doors. So I'm going to start by coming over to the left hand side again, like this, and it's a roof that extends out 5 blocks to the south and 5 blocks to the north of these doors, just like this. Start filling it in, and when you get to the end you'll see what I mean. Get rid of these blocks. Alright, so we've got a 5 extension to the south and a 5 extension to the north, like that. And now we can come over to the other grid of doors and complete the same thing, exactly the same. Come out 5 blocks, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and start filling it in, and you can do the same on the back side. When it's finished, you'll have a 5 extension on that side and a 5 extension on that side. Now we need to go and cover over the other doors. Come over here. This just needs 1 block there. This door just needs a block in front of it, like that. Now over at this 2 wide grid of doors, we just need to put the roof on once again, extending it out 5 past the first door there, like that, 4, 5, and also all the way down to the back, extending it out 5. When you're done, you'll have something like this. Now we need to cover over the rest of these doors, just single file, and we'll do that by placing some blocks here. All the way down, like this. At the end it doesn't extend past, as you can see. It's 1 extra special block we need to put in front of this doors block. There. Next we're going to come out and punch out some blocks. So we're going to come out to the 5th door here and the 6th door and break the blocks above them. We're going to come here on the 6th and 7th doors and break out the blocks above them. Now here we're going to come out 5 blocks and we're going to need to break those. 3, 4, 5. Both of them gone. Okay. Now here it's going to be the blocks above the 6th and 7th doors, like that, gone. Now we're going to come over to this big grid of doors and we're going to knock out the blocks above the 4th door, 5th door and 6th door, like that. Clear them all out. Going to do exactly the same thing over the other side on the other grid. 4th door, 5th door and 6th door. Get rid of the blocks. Okay, well this is how it should look now. Next we're going to dig some holes at the remaining markers. So I want you to dig down 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a sticky piston facing up and a block on top of that. Done. With a 1 block gap, dig down another 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're just going to staircase out away from it, like this. Now we're going to do that for all the rest of them. And when you're done, it'll look like this. I'll quickly run over it. There's the first one we did. Second one, 6 blocks down, sticky piston, block on top, staircase out. You can see exactly what's going on here. I'm not going to do all of them on camera. You can tell from this which direction they're facing. Alright, we'll come over here, and the last one's just over here. Okay, now we're going to dig out our spawning platform. It's a rectangular grid that's marked by these 2 blocks, and we're just going to dig it out 3 deep, like this. Alright, 3 deep inside of those markers. In the centre, I've also dug out a 2x5 hole. It has signs on the first level, nothing on the second level, signs again on the third level, and then on the 4th and 5th, nothing again. Let's come around the corner here. And I've just quickly set up a little chest hopper thing. So there's a chest at the bottom, hopper into that, chest above that, hopper into that, you know it, hopper into that chest. Pretty straightforward, basic stuff. We're going to bring these hoppers around so we can collect all our drops. All we're doing here is just facing those hoppers into each other so they carry the items down that hallway. Here, hopper into this one, all the way down, and then just hoppers facing into each hopper, like this. And one at the end here in the corner. Come back down here. We're going to build a quick item filter here to filter out the poppies. Put a dispenser down facing this way, a hopper facing into the dispenser, temporary block on top of the dispenser like this, another hopper facing into the temporary block, remove it, come to the back here, you're going to need some blocks up here, 2 of them, one diagonally below it, get a comparator on top, some redstone dust here and here. You're going to need to put a block in here and then a repeater just behind that. Okay, you're going to need a torch on there, redstone torch, and that's our item sorter. Now you're going to want to put in a stack in the first slot and 1 poppy in each of the other slots. Not like that, like this. That'll now count down to 18 plus 4 poppies, and it's primed and ready for action. Like that. Now we need to build our hopper clock. So put a block down there, comparator into it, temporary hopper, hopper facing into that, another hopper facing into that hopper. You can see they're facing into each other, comparator there, block. You're going to need sticky piston, another sticky piston, some dust in the corners here, a repeater facing out this direction. We're going to have to build this out a bit, couple of blocks. One there, put some dust across the top. Okay. I'm going to need a redstone block. Put it on the sticky piston, like this. And fill this with 128 items. Well, that's our hopper clock, and that's going to pulse poppies out of that dispenser every 45 seconds, which will keep the chunks loaded. We'll put in a nether portal here, and as things go through the nether portal, the chunks will stay loaded for 60 seconds. Okay, well that's pretty much it done. Make sure you got plenty in here. You don't want this to run out, otherwise all the villages will merge. Alright, well now we can put our lava in the corner here and here. Okay, now we can put our water down. The water goes in the corner, 1 block high, like that. Here, here, and here. Now, coming out 3 blocks, on the 3rd block you start putting water source blocks down in the corner, like this, all the way across. Stop, start again here, keep going, and go all the way around. Oh, okay, get rid of that. In it goes. And last one. That then flushes your iron golems into the middle and lets them die. Alright, once you've done that, we're going to build the second spawning platform. We can use half slabs, upper half slabs, as you can see. Fill all this in. That lets us look through and see what's going on. You could use solid blocks if you wanted, but it doesn't. I like it like this. Okay, that's sort of how it looks once you're done. And now we just need to put a little glass fence around it, like this, too high on the outside. When you finish that, you can come into the middle and punch out a hole in the middle the same as the one below, 2 by 5. Put some signs around the edge to stop the water falling down. And now same story, put your water in 1 high, there, here. You know the story, start putting your water source blocks down as I showed you before. Okay, now we can start doing some redstone. Come over to the left hand side here, the first staircase. Put down a repeater. Block behind that. Comparator. Temporary hopper. Hopper facing into that, come around, get rid of that hopper. So they're both facing into each other. Hop up there, comparator facing this direction. Block. Okay, put on sticky piston. Turn around, put in a normal piston. Dust in the corner here, dust in the corner there. Put a redstone block on the sticky piston. Come over here, some dust. Punch a hole, put a sticky piston facing up, a block on top, then a repeater coming out of that. 2 ticks. Now we need to build another 7 of these. They are all identical. The sticky pistons are always on the east or south side. So I'm not going to go through doing another 7 because they are identical. Just going to quickly show you another one here. We might speed this up a little. Alright, so when you're done, you're going to have a total of 8 hopper clocks on the surface here. All the pistons, all the sticky pistons are on the south side or the east side. The plain pistons go on the north or the west. You can't get it wrong with those rules. Just going through each one here, once again, the documentation in the description will have pictures of these so you can replicate it. This one's a little different. It has its dust and pulsar coming off at an angle. Once again, exactly the same. Sticky piston, block on top, repeater next to it. And the last one's over here. This one doesn't have a pulsar. All it has is a repeater coming out of the plain piston side. Just one repeater, that's it. One tick. Now we're going to come over here and put an inverter down. Just come out 3 blocks, put a block there, torch facing towards the staircase. Another one over this side. Block, redstone torch, facing down the stairway. Alright, come over to the left-hand door grid. We're going to put pistons facing this direction, like this. Blocks in front of them. Swing around, more pistons on top of those blocks. Blocks in front of that. Put some repeaters down with a gap, like this. Put some dust behind them. No, some dust behind them, like that. And a torch to light it up, redstone torch. Come around the other side here and put blocks behind these pistons. Put comparators facing into those blocks. And now we need to create a hopper ring, and it's a hopper ring going anti-clockwise. So face the hoppers in this direction, come around, hoppers facing this way. This one in the corner needs to be fixed up, facing there. So the whole thing is anti-clockwise, as you can see here. Alright, just like that. Okay, let's put some blocks on top here. Cover all those hoppers. Like this. When you're done there, put dust along this side, across the top. Same story on the other grid of doors. Come over, put your pistons across there, and exactly the same construction. Now we're at the stage where we need to wire this all up, put a couple of supplementary circuits in, pretty basic stuff, and I'm not going to spend another 30 minutes with you guys watching me wire hundreds of meters of redstone dust. So refer to the description in the video and you'll see all the pictures and everything there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick. Because these wires are long and you need to add repeaters to extend the signal, I'll show you how to do that. You put a torch here, you go along, make sure particles are on, and you can see where the dust runs out of power. You knock that bit of dust out, put a repeater in. Because the wiring isn't critical, the positions aren't critical, these hoppers, they just got to be all connected. Anyway, when you're done, you have something like this. I'm just going to follow you along here. From there, we're going to come over, down the staircase, up this staircase into that hopper, across here, up there. Coming along this side, same story, across the inverter, down the staircase, around the corner here, up that staircase into that hopper, along here, up there, and up there. Okay, coming over this side, this one comes along there, comes in over a little bridge, and into there. Coming down the far end, this one travels along, snakes its way over to here and up into those pistons. The other side of it comes down here to this hopper clock, comes out, goes under the bridge, over to the corner here. We've put a block and a button there. Pretty basic. Now back over at this hopper clock, we're going to put a block on top here and the reset button. So now we're at the stage where we can actually start to add some villagers. We're getting close to the end, people. I know this is a big build, but stick with it. Build a little capsule here for your villagers. Can be this sort of shape, just has to be too wide so they can't escape. You're going to need, I would put 12 at least in here, but it can be more. 12's a good number. 13 if you're feeling lucky. Get 12 of those guys in here. Now, we need one in each of these little holes. So come over here. One villager in here. Come over to the other side. One villager in there. One in here. One in here. Almost done. Second last one. And here's the last one in here. Now we're going to have to fill all the hoppers with items. The number of items is critical. This one takes 64 plus 32, like this. I'll have a list of the hopper item numbers in the description in the video. Come over to this one. You're going to put a minecart in here. Just one. Like that. Come over to this hopper clock. Put in 9 items. Over to this guy here, and this is going to need 18 items. The one next to it needs 64 plus 64 plus 32 items. This hopper clock needs 15. This hopper clock needs 64 plus 64 plus 7 items. Like this. Come over to this one. This one needs 40. And as you can see, I put 30 in and then I put another 10 in. You can just put 40 in one hit. And here I am adding the other 10. It needed a bit of a tweak in the timing to get it perfect. This guy over here is going to need 64 plus 64 plus 54. All right. And lastly, a minecart in here. And I can hear something's wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. We've got something wrong here. It's got to be one of the hoppers. There we go. It's that third hopper there is wrong. It needs to be facing into here. And that should fix it, and it has. Okay. So step 1, when the stacker's idle, press this to reset it, wait until the light goes off. What does it mean when the stacker's idle? Well, this is the stacker over here, and it is idle when all these pistons have an air gap. So all the hopper clocks on this side have an air gap. That means it's idle. Also, the reset can occur when this light is on. If that light's on, you're safe to press the reset button. So you can reset it when the light's on or the hoppers are idle. Let's kick it off. Now this will take about 3 minutes and eventually the light will go off like that. And that's it. The farm's reset. And we are then able to come over and commence the stacking process, which is step 2. So, we press this and it starts the stacking process. It will now commence a roughly 15 to 20 minute process of joining 6 villages all together and be spawning in that pond. Now, while it's doing this, sometimes golems will spawn outside, and that's because the centre of the villages are moving around. You need to kill these golems that are outside it, and that's it. Done. Now golems will start spawning once that process is complete like this. And we start getting their items. Come down here. And we'll just have a quick look in this chest. We're getting stuff. Oh, it's also a squid farm as well. Anyway, might just see if the poppies are going through. So we'll go into the nether. Yep, there they are. That's a good thing. You want to see that happening. Okay, let's go and see if we've got any more spawns down here. Yep, those golems are dying just nicely. As I said, 350, 400 ingots an hour. That's nothing to be sneezed at. And should provide plenty of iron for a small server, and in comes those ingots. So there you have it, people, a 6-village auto-stacking iron farm. I've tried to keep this one as simple as possible. I know it's a big build and a long video, so I appreciate you watching it. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like the stuff we do, subscribe. Anyhow, this has been Snocrash. I'll catch you later. Cheers.